Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Scrap Mechanic. Oh guys, I'm really looking forward to producing these episodes, but I've realized the past few months or so since I've been making other content again other than City Skylines, YouTube just doesn't want me to do that, or, generally the people that I attracted with the City Skylines series are not interested in anything else. And whenever I release Scrap Mechanic, or when I did the Mountain Blade series, or when I released Hydroneer, what I'm doing with these videos is hurting my channel actively. Whenever I release an episode of Scrap Mechanic or anything else, it just keeps on making my channel statistics worse for the coming videos. And it is really depressing, it is frustrating, it is a realization and a simple fact that I had to come to grips to, that I cannot release other content than possibly city building games on this channel if I don't want to destroy it. Now the problem is I've already been spending tons and tons of hours on this series. The gear episode took me like 10 hours to record. Then additionally to that, it makes YouTube think people are not interested in my videos in general, so the next City Skylines video I release is gonna have even less recommendations. Guys, it makes me really sad. I've played hundreds of games on this channel. If you just look through my channel, I have so many playlists of so many different games. But I think these times are over. What I'm probably gonna do is set up a secondary channel for stuff that I like to play as well, instead of just city building games. Let me ask you, what do you think about the entire situation? Let me tell you, it's really frustrating, and I put a knife in my own back by actually doing other stuff than City Skylines, and now I kind of regret it. It does suffer from the fact that YouTube thinks people don't like my content if I release another video. I really don't know what to do. I just noticed my elevator is a little bit bugged here out of the place, but usually it snaps back into place at a certain point. So my suggestion is probably to wrap up this episode. What I'm definitely gonna do is I'm gonna keep playing these games. The thing is, I don't wanna stop having fun in video games just to have a YouTube channel, right? And usually the only games I play are the ones that I make content on. And I don't wanna just randomly stop playing every game, dude, no. Oh well, anyways, today I wanna finish the miner, and then that's possibly the last episode. It really depends also a little bit on what you guys think, but I honestly feel like YouTube doesn't give me any other choice right now. Alrighty, what I did here is have some more experimentation with the bearings, and I actually found a configuration in which you can have a very wide vehicle that is still stable, and it is actually incredible. So this vehicle has essentially two modes. I can use it with the motors, just like that. And then once I'm out of fuel, there is another option. What I can do is disable the motors and just add this to a random bearing in order to use the bearing system. So now I kind of have both. Whenever I run out of fuel, I can just use the bearing system in order to accelerate and still make it home, just like that. And this is actually way more stable than I anticipated, and it's also way more maneuverable. Hold on, I wonder, what if the first bearing is going to be the motor? Because right now, if I have this last bearing hooked up to the motor, of course, it doesn't seem to be working anymore. Let me actually try that. We're gonna get rid of that connection, and I also want to get rid of the first connection here. There we go, I think I just did it. So I want to hook that up here. This should be in the other direction. Hook that up here. So maybe now we can have both systems in one go without having to reconnect everything. So you would go there, and you would go here. Okay, now I have everything fixed, and that means I can use the motor. Yeah, look at that. That is actually working, but now are the gears also working without the motor? That is the question. And no, they're not, but that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Why wouldn't the wheels turn around at this point? As soon as I hop out of the car, the bearings are doing their thing, but when I'm inside, it seems as though the motor has priority and it can stop all the bearings. I don't know how this is... Stop! No! Let's think about this logically. The first bearing is the motor. So if I don't use the motor, all the other bearings can still turn, and they should turn the wheel. I don't understand why that's not happening. Because even if I just disable the motor here, I should still be able to go. Let's try. Oh no, that is actually not working at all. What was I thinking? Why is this so slow? Ah, that's the wrong direction. Oh, wait. Hang on, let me get some food. I'm gonna be right back. There we go, just in the nick of time. It is always freaking nighttime. Man, I'm so aggressive today. This is unbearable. Anyways, now it is driving on its own, even though I'm telling it to not do anything. Okay, let's try this again. First gear just drives slowly. No, it does nothing. I mean, why does it drive when I get out of the seat, for instance? I mean, check this out. Not driving, but then as I get out of the seat, it is driving. Oh my gosh. I should just go back to bed. Well, I would say since this combination isn't working out, we're actually taking away one bearing or bringing this entire contraption one block back. Let me see. If we do this carefully, I don't have to rebuild the suspension part. So I want to take away this and I want to take away that as well. Oh dear, I built this much more complex than I first anticipated. Let's actually start this over and I'm just going to disconnect everything. We're going to need one bearing for the first gear, then 2 bearings for the second gear and 4 bearings for the third gear. Now technically with this configuration we should also add a reverse gear. I originally wanted to use the engine to do that. So I just screwed myself by taking this apart because the machine is actually going to be exactly that size for the reverse bearing. Then of course this last bearing is just to be able to attach it to the frame with this additional suspension. So I don't have to hook up this bearing to any controller. We can simply take this now and reattach it in this case. Essentially do the same exact thing. I had a T intersection here, just like that. And then we are gonna connect it with a big pipe, make sure that everything is welded together. Good, so now we have the same exact system as before, but instead of the engine, we're gonna hook up a reverse controller. I got a controller level 2 for the first gear. I'm gonna attach that right here and there. We need to rotate this direction. We have a level 3 controller that would be for the next 4 bearings. So we have 2 on this side and 2 on the other side. And then lastly, I have a level 5 controller. This is going up all the way to 10, but we only need 8, but I wanted this to have the fastest speed. So we're gonna hook up 4 bearings on each side to this controller. As per usual with the bearing engine, we want to have the second setting to 360 degrees at the full speed. I'm gonna need an additional switch and a level 2 controller. Let me quickly find that. Looks like I don't really have the controllers that I need. Oh man, hopefully I have the materials to make another one. And we are missing the component kits. Of course, I totally remember. We're poor bastards. Give me upgrade component! Got myself 5 component kits. That is hopefully enough. Yeah, it should be enough to upgrade this and then make some more. And actually we're also gonna need a switch, which only requires electrical circuits. Controller goes right there. We want to upgrade it once. And of course I forgot the kits. And it's getting nighttime again. One upgrade for you. And with that out of the way, let's maybe put this to the limit and also loop. We want to hook this up to the first bearing for the reverse gear. And of course, since this is reverse, this needs to go into the other direction. Naturally, we also want a switch for that, which is connected to the seat. So number 4 is going to be our reverse. With that out of the way, we should be able to test it again. And then finally, we're going into the meat of this episode, hopefully, which is going to be the actual drilling part. And we also want to hook it up to the trailer. So let's test reverse gear first. Yeah, this doesn't need to be speedy, you know, it just needs to function. First gear forward is slow enough, but of course with a bearing card, there's always the thing that you're going slightly back. You're not stopping exactly at the moment you want to. But there we go. Let's now enable all 3 speeds and see how that does. We need some front weight, that is for sure. But as long as the front wheels are touching, it feels stable and maneuverable. And of course you have to imagine it is going to be much longer once we attach the trailer. So let's get to that. Alright, moment of truth. I got my trailer right here with all the refining stuff. Let's see if we can actually attach it. Welding gun. Let's freaking do this. Oh no, what are you telling me? What? Why would I not be able to attach that? Okay, I could attach it to a static object like this, so it should be possible here as well. Maybe I have to put that thing up on a lift first. Get you, and then, hold on, you need to calm down a bit, and please, or maybe I'm in the way. Ah, okay, maybe it was the ground, never mind. Let's see how that goes. Oh my gosh, this thing is gonna be massive, I wonder. Are you gonna spaz out? Maybe I'm gonna need to upgrade the suspensions. Wait, can I? Uh-oh. Maybe with this attachment, the wheels cannot go down low enough because it is kind of being held up here. I wonder if I lower the suspension a bit. Yeah, look at that. That actually changes stuff. So we need to bring this wheel down further. Yeah, currently the trailer is literally lifting up the axle here a bit. I wonder if things are going to change if we put some weight on this. This could be a good thing to try out now. Or we could also have a suspension between these blocks. That might actually also make sense. By the way, I noticed that I didn't build both parts symmetrically. But the trailer can also be attached to other stuff, so it doesn't really matter. I think I want to test this out. We're gonna get rid of that block and that block. I want to do something like that. Just stay here, don't drive away. And then the suspension. That means we're gonna need an additional block here, and now we are too low. No, that's actually fine. Let's place this on the lift again. Gonna go ahead and reattach this. Come on, there we go. Yeah, this would only make sense if the suspension also compresses, but at the moment it doesn't. Let's say we only went up one block instead, and then this will definitely compress it, but that might give us other headaches. Oh, actually that works phenomenally. Check this out. Oh my gosh, this is much better. Yes, okay, we have our speed and our friction is much better now. I love it. Okay, cool, that's actually not bad. Let me try the maximum speed. Okay, that's not working. It might be since we're not perfectly symmetrical that I have a tendency to steer to the right. And also, I might have my suspension set too high. Oh, no, don't attack my stuff, please. So like these suspensions can go down in the front, definitely. I probably put those too high. And also the guys here in the back. Okay, that is actually much better in second gear now. Third gear is still spazzing out, but what I did is I lowered the stiffness of the suspension a bit, but I think they're already compressed to the maximum now. Okay, looks like we can get where we need to go with this contraption. Now let's get to the next part, which is attaching all of the mining equipment. Now, since I have to wrap up this series, I'm not going with the more complicated idea that I had, but I want to test something that might turn out just as convenient and also cool. We want to get things started with a bearing here, and then we want to build up slightly, but I don't want to use these blocks, I want to use metal blocks. Thinking about this, we might want to build it in the extended position. What I essentially want to do is use a piston to get the length and then have something that crushes down on the rocks and also into the ground to refine them completely. Yeah, I think it might be easier to build it upwards. So what we want to do is build a little extension, something like this. Gonna get myself another controller in the joint so we can actually start hooking things up. So we want to control everything. No, actually we want to control the piston and the bearing individually. So this is going to go to the piston, and for now I'm just going to expand it a little bit so we can see what we actually need. And this needs to get off the lift. Just before I die, we're going to set up another controller for the bearing. There we go. Ah, that's what I wanted to see. Where was I? Holy cow. There's a storm breaking out. Oh, I died. Okay. Jeez, there's a crazy storm outside. Anyways, I wanted the bearing to be able to go 90 degrees, like so. And we can already see I miscalculated there. So what we want to do is go up another block like so, and then expand the piston maybe 4 blocks, probably 5. So essentially the piston is just to be able to tuck it in a little bit better once we retract it. So if we retract it, we probably want it to be at minus 45 or something. And then we can also retract the piston probably all the way, possibly. Alright, let me quickly do the very same thing on the other side. Alright, the next thing we want to see is drills on a plane like this, but they should be able to drill even further down. So either we do this with pistons again, but I'd rather do it with bearings. I wonder if I could go down like so, just a little bit, and then set up a bearing here. Intriguing, let's try that. And now, technically, I should be able to combine these. We just have to put it back on a lift. Oh crap, this might be a little too close for comfort. I was hoping this would, just be the roof, but we have to bring it 1 block up. Jeez, it's even going crazier outside now. Had to go back to the balcony and sort out some things. But let's do that and see if that leaves us enough space. Oh no, I'm an idiot. I needed to connect it to the bearing. What am I thinking? There we go. Now I think I got it. Let's check this out. Oh my gosh. Yeah, piston. I think we should craft a bunch of buttons now. That's gonna make it a bit easier on us. Okay, got myself a bunch of buttons attached. Now we could expand the pistons first and then shortly after do the rotation. I'm gonna attach yet another controller for the third rotation. So that will happen right there. And we want to rotate into this direction, and that's already right. Let's say we want to rotate an additional 30 degrees if we do that, and maybe we can have a -15 to begin with. Also gonna have a button for that functionality. Let me see that. Okay, I think we're slowly getting there. What we need now are the drill attachments, so you can kind of see how that's gonna work out. Currently, I only have 2 drills. Hopefully we can purchase a bunch more, or even craft them. Now, where exactly could we have the first drill without getting into the way of anything? I think this is not a bad position, so maybe 3 drills? I'm thinking as I casually starve. We must not forget the bearings, so I'm possibly gonna start 2 blocks up. That might be better. So I'm gonna remove all of that. Thank you very much. And instead we're gonna begin this endeavor right here. I'm probably gonna start this with 2 drills. Otherwise we might be too front heavy. Though 3 would be really cool. Let's see, what do we need for the drills even? We need lots of metal. Okay. I mean, we can easily produce some metal. We can also get more of the precious stuff here. We should be able to build at least a couple of them. Now, let me quickly finish this contraption, and I'm gonna be right back once we can test it out. Alright, here we go, here we are. It doesn't look like much, but we can go for the testing. What I definitely want to do in the future is have 3 sets of drills and also 4 in one row. But man, I'm just lacking the materials, and since this series isn't gonna continue, I thought we first should test the concept. The basic idea is I can expand the pistons and then I can push the drills. Let me see, push the drills on top of the rocks, just like that. So I can take apart all the big rocks and throw them on the ground. And then once I'm low enough, I can use the last rotation in order to finish them off. Yeah, hopefully that is gonna work out just fine. And it also looks as though I have way more than enough clearance. So I'm probably gonna improve on that concept as well. I'm still running into issues if I'm going too fast, especially with the steering, but that has mostly to do with the front weight. I mean, if I have enough space, it's not too bad. I just have to counter steer every now and then. Let's find a nice dig site. This here is the perfect candidate. It's not too hilly, so we're gonna try to approach this in first gear. That should be close enough. We're gonna enable the drills and the piston, and then number 7 should crush down here. Come on. Crush, crush, and then I'm just gonna wiggle it myself a little bit. Oh yes, that's what I'm talking about. Do some of that and that. Oh, that is grinding away. And I just have to remember what each button does. But I want to drive forward a little bit and then use button 7 every now and then. Like right now. Oh yeah, the lag. Oh, this is good. I want to stop driving forward. Oh, okay. I gotta say, so far so good. Let's see how we can deal with the stuff that is already on the ground. Go down a bit more. Oh yeah, with that we can just give it the rest. Ah, this is great. I just need a couple more drills, that's all. Yeah, check this out. Everything here on the ground is perfectly refined. All we need to do is maybe an encasement so all the rocks don't spill over the sides. Like these rocks on the sides here are of course now hard to navigate to. I'm just gonna make my way up here the hill and I'm gonna try to take out the rest. Oh, come on. Yes, this feels good. Gonna need speed too in order to mount this hill. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, don't forget to press 7 every now and then. Take that. Come on, come on. Oh yeah. Okay, now we're getting there. Now we're getting somewhere. Gonna leave it like so for a bit. Yeah, and I'm just gonna keep driving forward as much as I can. Okay, rock spilling everywhere. And there's still some unrefined stuff, so number 8 is gonna solve that issue for us. Looks like the more stuff is laying around, the more lag we are experiencing. Let me drive backwards a little bit. I was hoping I could just drive over it and then it's gonna be picked up, but apparently it's just too much stuff. However, it should be easy just to pick that up myself for the time being, but I'm gonna find a more elegant solution, that's for sure. I mean, this is probably one of these constantly evolving projects. There we go. The lag is just instantly gone. When I took away the last piece, it was gone. Ah man, and the best thing about this is stuff gets refined instantly and we just can keep going. As long as we don't starve, I guess. We're gonna do one more together here. Just gonna approach this from a different side right now. And I think since we're going up the hill, I can just leave the first gear running. Well, maybe not. I don't want to risk anything. But let's enable the drills and number 7. There we go. Get crushed. Get crushed. Just slightly touch it. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you so much. I needed those materials, guys. You have no freaking idea. I'm just completely and utterly out at the moment. There we go. All mine. Yes. 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 Get crushed. Oh, this feels so good. Oh gosh. Oh, thank you so much for this game. Well, alright, I would say with that out of the way, we're actually going to wrap it up for today. This was a very pleasant end. Let me just finish these. Come on, yes, get refined. Okay, come on, let's wrap this up. Everything calm down, please. Okay, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And with that out of the way, we're gonna wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed this. We're gonna move stuff like this on a different channel, and of course I'm gonna inform you as soon as I know. Have a great time, and hopefully I'm gonna catch you soon. Bye bye.